Te Reo Māori. Huge. There's a huge question. Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge all those who paved, carved the pathway way back in the days. So we're talking about Ngā Tamatoa and those who had the foresight and the vision um, and the strength to take on all the negativity that had that, to make that stance. Taking the petition way back in the day to Parliament, and we're talking all the whānau from Ngā Tamatoa and all the whānau around them, so that we could have Te Reo Māori not only be taught to our mokopuna, but also to all the educational institutions. From that, from that stance that they took back in those times, and now we have a wiki that we support for the whole week of Te Reo Māori. But many of us who are advocates for more Te Reo Māori, we always have that challenge of that it's not just 1 week. We challenge ourselves to make sure that we, it's part of our lifestyle, not a week kind of thing. Just also acknowledge the kaupapa for this year. We've had many kaupapa and themes of the wiki o Te Reo. We had a couple of years ago Aroha Te Reo and all those kind of ones. This year we've got ake, which pays homage to the strength of the ake tree. And you can hear all this kōrero and see all this kōrero online as part of the tautawhiri and many of those whānau that have utilised that kōrero. For me though, when I hear ake, it reminds me of the Māori battalion song, Ake ki aka ai, which also acknowledges all those who fought for our whenua. And as I think of them and think of that line or catchphrase, I think of all those who have fought for our whenua, for Māori rights, and so not only for Māori Reo Māori, but for all the Māori rights way back. See, it's all interlinked to our reo and the survival of Te Reo Māori. Nā reira, ko te taonga mea o te Reo Māori nei, I find it's really important for our tamariki that they hear these stories, and I try and share as often as I can many of the fights that our older generation had to do, but also all the many iwi, many hapu, many whānau they had to go against this tide of change and to make sure that our language stays alive. Kare tōroi ngā kōruka tātou, hono tēnei te mihake kia tātou e mihi nei mo te wiki o Te Reo Māori kei te heke mai, me ōna āhuatanga katoa. Ōna āhuatanga katoa kia tū, kaha, whena, pakari tātou roto tā tātou Māori tanga. Nā reira, I like to use that quote from Kingi Tūheitia, let's be Māori every day and every day.
I come to Waiata, I try to come every week, because I think as a new person to Aotearoa, it's essential for me to learn about Te Ao Māori, what it means to be Māori, and working within a kaupapa Māori organisation. I think, that's how I learn about Te Ao Māori. I also come to this space because I notice it's really important for my well-being. Working within the space as a clinical psychologist, I'm often hearing quite distressing stories. And so for me to be able to stay well regulated and for me to be able to bring my whole self to work, it's important that I'm finding spaces where I'm able to, I guess, improve my well-being or look after my well-being. And I noticed after leaving these spaces with the Puraki family that I guess what I've learned is I call this my wairua, is lifted, and I feel I'm able to go into my work bringing my whole self.
So why I come to Waiata is for my taha wairua. So I have my te whare tapawhā, and to strengthen my taha wairua, I come to Waiata to learn and sing and be around everyone. My children also whakapapa to Waitahu, so it's an opportunity for me to learn the songs of their people, so I can pass that on to them when they eventually get old enough to start singing themselves.